Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the new collection from Sigma. They were so kind and they sent me the on-the-go eyeshadow palette collection. And look at this PR box. It's really cute. It's really tiny and sleek and slim. Each of these compartments held a eyeshadow palette. So if you want to see swatches, how I created this look, my first impressions, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to cover tan girl friendly makeup here on my channel. So whether you're interested in new makeup releases, especially eyeshadow palettes, or will I buy it, anti-hauls, and of course the occasional haul, then this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing to my channel, turning on that post notification bell. I do upload every other day, sometimes even more than that, so I would hate for you to miss any of my videos. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay guys, so here are the new on-the-go eyeshadow palettes. Like I said, there are 6 of them and these will all launch on March 9th. So I'm guessing they'll be available on Sigma's website tomorrow. And sometimes they put things on there a little bit ahead of time too. And Sigma always has like a discount code going on. So if I find anything, I'll put it in the description box for a really good discount. I have my affiliate code where you can save 10%. It's KH Makeup, but typically they have a better code than the one that I have. But you can still help me by using my link to shop because that is an affiliate link, so they will record the purchase under me. If you feel like doing that, it'll be linked in the description box as well. So anyway, there is a little description on each of the palettes on here. So since I have 6 eyeshadow palettes to swatch, I better stop talking and I better start swatching. So let's start off with the palette called Ritzy. Now this one is for elevating your look with this gilded mix of opulent, gold, and rich neutrals. These palettes all lean very neutral. If I'm being honest, this one is very cool tone though, if you ask me. And I've used 2 of these palettes already and I've had really good luck, so I'm very excited to have all of these to play with. So the first 4 shades are Gossamer, Nectar, Brownstone, and Hazel. Oh, that shade, Hazel, so freaking pretty. It's a mustard color. So of course I can't wait to play with that and put that on my crease. The mattes in this collection feel really good as well. So we have Midas, Silk, Gold Rush, which is like a pretty taupey, sparkly shade, and Rich and Nocturnal is the last shade. That one's like a matte with a lot of bronzy glitter in it. So this is the Ritzy palette, and these will all retail for $29. Okay, the next palette I'm going to swatch is called Fiery, and this is the one I'm wearing on my eyes right now. So if any of you ever request a neutral eyeshadow look, this is your neutral eyeshadow look. This is the kind of look I would do if I was doing a neutral eyeshadow look, and I would highly recommend staying tuned for the demo because you'll get to see me put it on. Okay, so Fiery is turn up the heat with a sizzling mix of vibrant coppers and neutrals. This palette was really fun to play with as well, so let me give you guys some swatches. So here are the first 4 shades. So we have Breezy, Apricot, Campfire, and Truffle. So then we have Sunsprite, Scorched, Paradise, Summer Song, and Roasted. So these are Ritzy and Fiery swatched out. So next we're going to swatch Spicy, and this one is described as savor the sultry mix of subtle to bold nude shadows. So this is like a very basic neutral nudie palette, and I haven't played with this one at all, so this is my first time swatching it. Ooh, that shade is so pretty. So we have Biscotti, Tryst, Moonshine, and Bootleg. That Moonshine shade is so pretty. It's like a beautiful pinky shimmer shade. The mattes in this palette are so good. Okay, so we have Maverick, Chilies, Soiree, Bite, and Mocha. So these are the swatches of the Spicy palette from Sigma. Okay, next I'm going to swatch Rosy, and this is fall for this lovely mix of jewel tone pink and red hues. So it's like the perfect wine type shade palette if you're into that color story. We have Demure, Primrose, Flutter, and New Mod. Oh my gosh, these shades are stunning. So we have Morganite, we have Poppy. Fantasy is like a duochrome gold to pink. So pretty. And then we have Regal and Jasper. Oh my gosh, this one is so beautiful. That shade, Fantasy, I was not expecting that duochrome. But there it is. So here is Rosy and Spicy swatched out. So I'm going to swatch Hazy next, and this is a lose yourself in a dreamscape inspired mix of smoky mauves. And yeah, this one's definitely more of a cool tone purple palette. So I'm very excited. Definitely not something that I would probably go for if I was left to my own devices. But I'm glad that they sent it to me so I can kind of get out of my own box, you know? Gosh, that purple shade is so pretty. It's like a deep shade. And even this shimmer is so pretty. So these shades are Dainty, Mist, Fanciful, and Bellflower. So I have Daydreamer, Petal, Vervain, Melancholy, and Wisteria. Wisteria is like a smoky purple shade. It's so pretty. I don't think I have anything like that in my collection. Okay, so I feel like I saved the best for last, but really all of these palettes are so cute. This one's definitely more of the unique color story. So this is Ivy. And this one says experiment with an elemental mix of lush greens and deep earth tones. And you guys will see I did a look with this palette yesterday, and I was going to try and film everything yesterday. But I ended up being in a rush, and so I never actually filmed the final look with this palette. But I will quickly include how I put the eye look together, at least, just so you guys have another option with what you can do with these palettes other than a neutral look. But yeah, this one's definitely the one that called to me the most when I saw the PR photos of this launch. So pretty. Okay, so we have Envy, Bourbon, Inspire, and Starlight. And then we have Elixir, Mead, Clove, Macaron, and Thistle. Thistle is like a beautiful teal matte shade. So there's what the Ivy palette swatches like. I feel like this is the one most of you were curious about. So hopefully you're getting a good look at the shadows. And it looks like this whole collection will be available as a set for $163, which it's actually a $204 value. So I think if you catch this on a really good sale, because Sigma always does like 30% off, and it's reduced already for $163, these might be worth picking up, all of them, especially if you have friends that you want to split them with or something like that. I mean, I don't know. You guys know how much I love Sigma, so I'm a little biased when it comes to their new releases. But here is Ivy and Haze, just so you guys can see all the swatches. So now we're going to get into the two eyeshadow looks I created with two of these on-the-go palettes. Okay guys, so we're going to film the demo portion of this video. I have all of the new Sigma palettes with me, and I definitely want to dig in to the palette called Ivy. The thing with these little 9-pan palettes is they all remind me of other palettes in their collection, like the larger palettes. But this one is just so cool. There's some beautiful cool tones in here. And this middle shade called Elixir looks like the perfect green blue. There's a beautiful teal in this corner, a matte, and a beautiful green called Envy. So I feel like I have my plan laid out for me in this particular palette, which I'm not mad about. So I'm just grabbing this BK Beauty brush. This is the number 202. It's like a fluffy blender. I'm going to start off with this light shade called Mead. And I'm going to coat the brush and just kind of blend that all over my crease and lid. Okay, next I'm going to go into this teal shade called Thistle. And we're going to start on the outer corner. And then we're going to work that in. Okay, so I really diffused that, so now I'm going to go in with a second layer and build it up on the outer corner again. And then slowly pull it in. Kind of want the colorful matte shade to be the star of the show. And then I'll add a shimmer shade, but the rest of the shades in this palette are kind of cool tone neutrals, and I'm kind of happy playing with all the colors. If you want to get really wild, I think you could definitely pop like a really pretty purple on the inner half, or even like a brown, but I don't know, I'm feeling kind of like more of the blue greens today to go with my shirt, so that's what we're doing. These are building up and blending out so nicely too. Like you can really see a gradient in my crease, so I love that. Very, very nice. Now for the lid shade, I think I'm gonna do the shade Elixir, which is that green blue shade. And I'm gonna grab a flat brush. This is a Sigma E55 brush that they sent me. And I'm gonna dip into that color. And I think I'm gonna spray it just to be safe because I don't want to have too much fallout. And I do love when my shimmers are like super blinding. So I'm just gonna use that brush and just press it on the lid. This is a pretty color, wow. I definitely am curious to see if the shade is similar to that like green shade in the Enchanted palette. I really got into Sigma shadows last year and really never looked back because they are such beautiful quality products. And I'm so thankful that I get to test this out and let you guys know in case you're interested. I know a lot of us were skeptical on this new collection because the PR shots didn't really give us too much information on what to expect. So I'm so glad I get to try these out. I'm also just going to grab a little bit of the green shade Envy and just see if I can mix it up with the shade Elixir. Okay, so I'm gonna film a demo with the Fiery palette, and this is what the inside looks like. It kind of reminds me of those NYX like Ultimate Neutral palettes, and it also reminds me a lot of the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette that they just redid. That used to be one of their standard palettes. But honestly, I really like this 9-pan palette format because I think it's gonna be great for beginners in makeup, people that don't want to have one huge palette. This kind of has everything you need, and I did use Ivy yesterday, so today I thought I would use a neutral palette, and I actually had a really not so nice comment from somebody that was like, I'm so bored with you doing blue eyeshadow looks, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't say that, but I was like, blue is the new brown, because I was feeling sassy, but anyway. Just wow, this shade Paradise. I'm using a Sigma blending brush E25, and it's just going on so nicely into the crease, just as expected. Wow, I really like that color. So next I'm going to go into Summer Song, which is the next matte shade next to it, and I'm just going to bring that into the outer half of my crease. And then I'm going to go into the shade Roasted, which is the dark brown. I'm just going to use the same brush. And I'm just sticking that on the outer corner. Wow, these mattes. Sigma. I just love their eyeshadow formula. It's just so beautiful, blendable, pigmented, like it blends, but it also deposits color. Sometimes I feel like with matte shadows, they just blend into the other colors and you don't even see the gradient, but these, spectacular. Okay, for the lid shade, I'm kind of gonna go with the obvious choice. I think I'm gonna go into Sunsprite, which is the beautiful gold shade. Okay, I'm gonna go into Sunsprite for the lid, and I just used a Sigma brush. I'm gonna spray it. Maybe one more time. Ooh, that's such a pretty color. This is like such a soft, everyday eyeshadow look. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Truffle, which is like a darker taupe shade, and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner and blend that gold shade into the outer corner. And then I just have a little bit of fallout to clean up, but I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup off camera and I will be right back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so here is the final look that I filmed with the Fiery Eyeshadow Palette. I hope this video kind of gave you guys an idea of what to expect with these eyeshadow palettes from Sigma. I've never seen them do a 9-pan palette format like this, so I'm very excited to see what you guys will think of these if you end up picking any of them up. I personally think they're all really nice and created very equally quality-wise, so I think it's really just a matter of picking the shades you like the most. At this time, since I haven't used them enough, I can't really tell you like which one's my favorite. I really like the Ivy one because I think it's so different, but I also really like neutral palettes, so I think some of these are really, really nice and there's some really beautiful shadows in them. So I'll definitely continue to play with these in my spare time. Definitely make sure you are following me on Instagram because I usually post my makeup of the day on my Instagram stories. Now I did grab my bigger Sigma eyeshadow palettes because I do see a little bit of similarities with the existing Sigma lineup. So a lot of the neutral ones do remind me of this particular palette. So for example, I would say the Rosy palette definitely has kind of a more pared down version of the warm neutrals, and I definitely see a little bit of Ivy in the Untamed as well as Ritzy. Like these two look like the Untamed palette a little bit. I'm sure the shades aren't exact, but I can see the essence of the palettes when I look at the On The Go palettes. And then of course this one called Fiery, which is the one I'm wearing, reminds me so much of my beloved Quarter Rosa palette, so you'll see kind of the similarities there. So I don't know, I mean, I feel like if I was buying these palettes, I would definitely consider my existing Sigma collection. If you have all the big palettes, you probably really don't need the On The Go palettes unless you are doing a lot of like road tripping this year or some light traveling so you can take them on the go. But I feel like these bigger palettes from Sigma are very sturdy as well, so you probably don't need both, but that's just my humble opinion. Thank you so much to Sigma for sending me these gorgeous palettes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let me know your thoughts on this collection down in the comments. You guys know I love chatting to you down there. I also just want to keep you guys informed. I did pick my winner for my giveaway in my February haul video, so I will go ahead and contact them and get their gifts sent out to them. But if you guys like giveaways, I'm definitely going to be doing more on my channel, so make sure you're watching all of my uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video on Wednesday. Bye!